Good morning. Good morning. Peace, shalom, assalamu alaikum, and all the greetings that you're accustomed to. I am Inan Gabriel the 19th. Many of you know me by Your Excellency, Derek Norman Wade. Some of you know me as Gate Master Spark, D, Don, and other names and titles that were given to me for your edification and were given to me so you can have something to respond to. So what's popping off now, what's going down, is that I just want you to know that there's a new school going on. We're going to those who are real will basically leave that which did not know, which they call the old school, and terminate it, or what we call disengage from their actions. Those who are considered today to be leaders with strange customs and a tactic that is always in waiting is nothing in the now. Their mindset has been clogged. Those who were chosen to follow, those who led and actually didn't have the information, the technology that we have today. Those who deactivated certain movements, or certain movements crashed because that was not the way. And then others came and brought it back together. Those who disassembled certain movements because of what their eyes seen and what was in their heart, what was the center of their being. Those who was of the bloodline of certain people that put together certain programs, and those who bear witness and walk with these people, seeing the altercations, the imperfection of these movements, and those who live off these old movements that has not done anything productive to the children of the Elohim. It's different people on the planet Earth. And this was shown in the teaching of what they call the secret society. Some call it the sacred society. Some call it a special group of people on a higher realm of thinking or a different frequency. And these teachings was called, or programs like the Matrix, programs like the Golden Child, programs like Nano Nano, and other space related or science fiction programs was done. Certain books and movies by what they call the King was made, and Steven Spielberg and other authors. It was certain thoughts that was transformed by mental telepathy, or etheric telepathy, when those who still exist in their gases form, those who still can come into this realm and leave this realm at any given time. So it was decided to bring you closer to those movements and show their imperfection, not by bashing anyone, but just show the mentality in the animalistic ways, the downtroddenness, the slave mentality that was in the 20s, in the 30s, the 40s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and now we're in 2000, going into 2020s, and this same leadership, this same loyalty to that which does not make sense, that which has what we call improper planning, abusive behaviors, and what we call mismanagement of time, mismanagement of funds, and do not have the capacity to think outside their programming. See, as we go into this particular section of the New School Foundation was put down over a period of 20 years, so we can give those whose intentions were good, but their programming in their formation from a child would not allow them to think about what to do, how to do. As we'll go into facts about the many things, we will not spend a lot of time because that is just a part of correction. That's a small part in the new school of glancing back. When you drive in your vehicle, and I will give a lot of analysis to driving your vehicle because the body is only a vehicle. It's a vehicle, it's a safe haven, it's a protector, and it is connected to the earth. That's why it won't leave here. See, what's living inside of you is going to leave. It comes and it leaves. It doesn't stay in you all your life at the same time. You have different entities that comes inside of you each day. You have different spirits that we call gases. So the closest to bring reference to these gases is the word that was used in your programming called Jesus. So we say Jesus is gases. Gases is Jesus. Jesus is gases. Gases is Jesus. So when you hear somebody say Jesus, and Jesus was a special, or they call it Christ, from the word Christos, which is a Latin word. So they say Jesus Christ, special gases, etheric. We were taught by a master teacher, and for what he known, 100, it it was on point because he did not waste any time getting the facts that was present. And he knew at a time when someone was already here. All the leaders knew of the special children that was here that would make manifest the truth and correct the truth. Even when you see your golden child and you see the feedings of the wrong foods that they would try to make him not powerful. That wrong food was also taught to each one of you who were to be anointed into this new school, this special school, where you will be activated. As I activate you now, for you to activate others. As I activate you now, to stay in the now, to look at the now, and don't be tricked by what is called quantum theory, where someone tell you about what happened in 1975, or when someone tells you about things that's going to happen. Sure, you can project the things that you want in your life. It's like a list, and you can project, and you can command and speak it into existence. But you must also deal with the now. And as we are in the now at this time, there will always be for you to self-activate. I give you the command, I give you the sound of So with that being done, as you use the word I am, you can say I am, and get the vibrations of the some people say rum. If you can say rum, and the vibrational frequency starts to erase the friction of the mind, the false programming of the times, and you will start to elevate within yourself, your soul, what they call solar, which we call now your gases. You see, your etheric energy will start to rise up. You see, within you, each of you are the center of what we call a world. Each of you are a center of a uni and a verse. That verse is the energy, or what we call the breath of life in the biblical terms. The biblical terms will always lead you to a scientific way. The scientific way will lead you to your true purpose and your true identity as who you are, as far as the Elohim collectively, the Eloh when you're in that body alone, and El as the source, and the source is considered to be your oversoul. And that's what you're trying to get into. The vast knowledge, the vast energy. The vast knowledge is called Kotha, where we all connect. Your oversoul is the energy that's connected to you personally. A person is what they call personification of a energy force that dwells within you, that they now call soul. Okay, from solar or magnetic energy, electromagnetic energy. So this new school is disengaging. Like if you have one line and you cut the line in half, and this half is from here down, it's considered 180 degrees or half. And from the elbow to here, this part here, this is the side we on. This side here is the misinformed, the misinformation, the false facts, you see, which is called propaganda. So we here. These people on here, these are all your great people. Okay, I give you an example of greatness. They say Harriet Tubman was great because she led the people from the south to the north. They say when you get to the north or follow the North Star, that you would be free. But are we free? The false facts of being free it wasn't true. The only way you're going to be free is when the host of the planet, who gave the authority to the woman to procreate, when the host of the planet, called angelic beings, that's called Elohim collectively, that's called Eloh and El, when they came back from what they call desist, when they left the planet and left their seeds as them being Gabori or bigger, or what they call Akbar. When they say Allah, Allahu Akbar, Allah, that who, H-U, that who is energy. That who is the same as the H in the U. If you look at the capital of the H in the U, Ru and who is energy. That's why they call the Prophet Muhammad, who was made as an Elohim. He was made special. He was one that was connected with his oversoul and utilized, you see, for his mission, for his people, which was the tribe of Quraysh. Other people embraced it and they tried to exchange him for another person that was called Muhammad, because Muhammad wasn't his name. So it was an easy change to change Muhammad to Muhammad when his name was Ahmed. And if they was to say from the tribe of Quraysh, that would give you a better understanding of the dialect, of the words, and the bloodline that was called in the prayer Dul Ibrahim. Dul means double. That same dul or double is the same dul, is the same word devil. When they speak of a devil, they give you an image of a pitchfork, someone who is red in color, or someone who is pale in color, when that's not true. That was the imagination and the trickery of deception to trick those who had no knowledge into becoming a laborer for those who wanted their energy. Now, don't think I don't know what I'm saying. Take your time. We're here to bring about a new school. This new school was already established. So there's no stopping us now. Everything is already laid out, the foundation, and truth was laid out, not in your church. The church was your, what they call your masons that was over the church, as those who were considered to be preachers, right? Who spoke of the free times of us aching. And this is the best way I can give you so you can walk back and get at the end of the line. Because if you don't get at the end of the line, we already disengaged. Like I said, from the line, those who considered themselves great, like Harriet Tubman, she was considered to be great, right? Nat Turner, he was considered to be great, right? You got your Malcolm X, he was considered, his teacher, he was considered to be great. But that did not, that particular, your conception of what greatness and those who considered to be man, who had a higher force in human form, we don't consider them to be great. You consider them to be great because you fell short and you started worshiping other than worshiping. Now, when we talk about worship or worship, your worship is your war, your ship that you ride or die with. You see? So those, you got some people who took the teachings of those who now call them honorable, giving them the honor. No, we're not having that. Elohim is not having that. I'm not having that. There is no honorable. There's only one honorable. And that honorable comes to the family of the Elohim, the angelic family who have the power of the atomic, the atom. We have the thinking of all thought or thoughts or tuhiti. We're not having that mere mortal, Lulu Aminu, as it's been called by the master teacher. Your master teacher, not my master teacher. Yeah, I've met your master teacher. We have exchanged hydrogen and helium. We have built many times. I have saved that movement many times. But that is not, or a pat on the back. That's because they took the initiative to think out the box, because we gave them our thoughts. Nobody does anything on their own. Everybody is being utilized by the Elohim. And that's something you have to represent. I'm being utilized by the Elohim. And those who do not do their job, the Elohim will leave them, and they will become like mud. They will become spineless. You see? And if you think about and go through the facts of those who you call your leaders today, what have they done? They cannot think out the box. And we will talk about the thinking out the box at another time. They cannot even tie their own shoes. They have people running around them, bodyguards. They got the best fighters in the world, as they say. But these are physical techniques, martial arts, physical techniques. That's not the thinking. That's not orchestrating and using your extrasensory perception, your extra powers that comes first. It says the first will be last and the last will be first. So these last extra senses that's not being utilized. People now concerned and sit down with the enemy. What is the enemy? The enemy is he who's not me. What is the enemy? The enemy is those who oppress themselves because they have been taught wrong. The teachings are not wrong. The method of how the teachings have been used over the years have took them off the path, and now they have erred in their ways. Now, you got people who used to say, do for self, do not know who self is. You got people that say, do for self, and what they're doing is basically asking for reparations. We don't have to ask nobody for nothing when you're with the Elohim. We know it. We don't stand online. BK all day. Why was Brooklyn special? People want to know. You first you see the name B. Okay, when I say the name B, you say the letter B, but I give each letter its own characteristics. It has its own book, a definition, and words, and explanation. So when you're looking at the B, some people say blessing because you don't know. The word blessing is to be less, not to be more. The word more, when people say I'm a more, that's two words that they're saying. They broke it up. Amor. You're not amor. You amor. Amore. You amore. That ray is the light and energy. You are amor because you are the love. You are the love because you was giving that time from the Elohim, which you call Anunnaki or angels. You was given that time just as you're giving that time now as I speak, and you hear, and you know the difference between what is being said, what has been done. Those people, as we say over here, that you call great, your greatness, your Muhammad Ali, he was great. No, he wasn't great. You see, he fought, it says he fought other people for money, for tickets. Let's go back to roots and look, what is money? Money is tickets. He fought people for tickets. So they said, okay, Elijah Muhammad, okay, we use him. So he was used to fight. So this whole side from this here, their whole strategy, they didn't wait on this side. We are now on this side with the Elohim. Okay? We on this side. We dapping with this side. We using our elbows. Elbow. Bow. Elbow. We using the things because I had to wait to make reference to how you were entangled. Now I know how you was entangled. So they said, well, what took me so long? There is no time. We created this thing called time and gave it to you as humans. And we put ourselves in others. And this is what this is represented by here. We put ourselves in humans as dual souls that you will call now devil. The word devil and the word dual is the same word. The V in syllables, the V and the U is the same. If you notice, it says UV, and then it says what it is, W. And then it says X for the unknown, the Y, and the Z, which will all be explained. But we are here from the new school, which is a deprogramming of that which you were programmed to destroy yourself. You were deprogrammed to think greatness was those who utilize their mode of what we call surviving mode. Surviving mode. Cassius Clay, boxer. Surviving mode. Du Bois, surviving mode. Marcus Garvey, surviving mode. Mother Coffee, that you probably never heard of, surviving mode. All humans are on surviving mode because you do not know for sure. So you go to the enemy and ask them today, when you used to say do for self, now you're talking about we want reparations. We want money. We want tickets. We want you to give us a stack of money so we can go ahead and do things that we can not think to do on our own. We want you to give us your permission slips to go out and do what's in your realm, what's in your circumference. No, that's not the way it goes. No. What's popping off now is that you are energy. And that same energy that worked 24 hours that you call slaved, but you're reaping the benefits of that. So don't complain about anything. Use appreciation to continue. My crew, Elohim, Eloheem, Elohim, my Elohim crew, we use appreciation. I teach you now to use appreciation of that which is, because we cut and paste. We take that this part here and we make that the new 100. And this part here, we disengage from that. Okay? So within that, there is a new school. There are Elohims. Have you heard the Elohim? And though that the Elohim will protect, we are the weather. So you have humans, when things happen and it doesn't go that way, they use their broadcasters to get you on an emotional flow. When things happen, hurricanes, we are the hurricane. We are the weather. We are the rain. We are the mudslides. That's Mother Earth. Have you said anything to Mother Earth? She wants your respect. She's a living organism, and she gave you cover for your gases or your etheric form. These are the things that's what we say is true. They call it natural nature. But I will come up with other words so it will be more for you. So yes, I am the king of all kings. And there is no dispute. We are the Elohim. I am, and you also can be. There is a new school that's been here for years. And those who took my place and thought it was a joke to bump me to the side, and those who now claim that you did it for my protection, I didn't need your protection. I didn't need your protection. I came here. And when I came here, I made known who I am. I made known through the meteorologists. I made known through the mudslides. I made it known. So those who say that they are leaders, the word leader for you is you lead people into the slaughter of those who you think is in control, but they are not in control either. You're NASA, or you're Nazis, or those who you call white, or those who you call leper or the Proma. All these man-made names for the life energy that's on the planet, we control as Elohim. You control nothing, but you can get your ass in the back of the line and you can learn how you can appreciate everything and everybody. As you go from place to place, flying in the airplanes that we gave thought through, we gave the knowledge of. They took it. They who? Creation, which you call the civilized. You claim to be the civilizer, but you blaming those who are civil for your problems. It's not that the ones that's civil, they're elevating also, because it was always put in their DNA for them to rise up and be self and be superior. This is taught in your teachings of the 6 and the 9, and the 6 ether, and the 9 ether. This is taught and was taught because the truth had to be put out. The truth that was known, that was given, mental telepathy by those who they call ruler of the sky, which is called Enlil, ruler of the earth, which is called Enki. So those who proclaim to be the ballers, the shot callers, those who took the lifestyle of a lie, as far as the actors, the singers, those whose heart was truly looking for change in others to help. Their intentions were good. You will get your ass at the back of the line too. It ain't funny. You see, because to stop everybody. See, it took a while. Okay? So this is what they call your text, or you call it vortex. But I just explained the UV and the W, the U and the B is the same, and they call it now in the alphabets or the singer the same UV W. The double of the U is the U and the B is 2. The sound of the U is not B. That V sound, right? That's the sound that they project, right? To discourage you, to fool you. That sound is the sound that it truly is. You see, it's the because it's the O cut in half. and then you have the U. So it's like O, okay? Like you call it cipher. Some people say the cipher. Some people say zero. See, all of these words in the English engineering of what they call symbols, that they call letters. They call it letters to let tears come from you. They call it letters so you can be on a tear. The tear is that structure of those that they call prison, or that which they call prison, what used to be the correction center to correct the ills of society that was supposed to be civilized, given and taking from those who were part of civilization. But what happened? People erred. They said, well, it was supposed to be straight up. They said, well, I just err a little bit. But as you start to move, your erring is straight away. So now you're over here, the truth is over here. You're saying you're the black man, and that's the English. But the word black was a political statement. So both parties, you say you white, you say you black. They said, okay, you do what you do, we do what we do. Okay. But the white had all the banks, so the black didn't have no money. The white had the political power, policies to make changes that the black didn't know. But they said, we be black. They didn't know that being black was, the white say, we hate, we hate, we hit, we hate, W-H-I-T, W, we hot, we'll be that devil. We'll be that devil, or we'll be that dual, as I just taught you. I said, okay, we'll be black. Black power, black poorer. Black is poor because they run the banks. They print the money. They do the policies. They the political. They the force, the army, the navy, the air force, the Marines, the scientists. You be black. So he said, okay, we're going to let you in the game. We're going to get a couple of y'all, and we're going to let y'all go into what you call the House of Congress. Congress, oh, we're conning the congressional. We're conning. How about the House of Progress? How about the House of Progress instead of Congress? Okay, so anyway, you got the white, you got the black. So for years, since the conception of New School, as we came out, I believe it was Earth Patrol, and we came out as Principles of Love. Big shout out to all those who traveled as much as they possibly could without them being labeled crazy or out the box, which they didn't want that label. So they wanted to be in the box, in the crabs with those, and they proceeded because they couldn't change their programming quick enough, even though it's in them now, and now I activate you to be activated again and do the double stitch, okay, as they say in sowing, as you reap what you sow. If you don't sow, you won't reap. Okay, they say if you don't eat, you don't work. If you don't work, you don't eat. But that's not true. But now, getting back to white, black. So you got your black power, you got your black politicians, you got your boule, you got the boule is considered to have a charter from the white, which was all president's men. And there's other names. We can go all the way back. We're not going back that far right now. We're talking about the people, right? Who's rich, okay? Now I'm not gonna name any names because like I said, this is what it is. When you say you black, you fall under your black leadership. And the leadership is to lead you into the slaughter, to play this game on the board, okay, with the white and the black. What I'm telling you, this whole side was on this side, okay? This side, the black and white, was on this side. This side here, it's not. We consider ourselves to be green, okay? And that same green, GREEN, right, is the representation of their tickets, which they call money, from the word omni, which means all, or mono, which means one. So all this here, the green that we call green, is also NEGER, is nigger. NEGER. That same green is nigger, which is builder, which is the chlorophyll that's in your green plants. It's the building. It's like batteries to recharge us. You see, from the energy of the sun, we get the energy from the sun. The sun leaves us energy, right? So we can have energy, right? Which they call fruits and vegetables. The word vegetable is like I said, the V is not V. It's U, So the word vegetable is actually the word edible. Okay. So now, and when you say okay, you're saying "O King," and you talk about the King of Kings, which is me, because I take that place. And when you were saying the other kings before, yes, they were melanated, but in time, the technology has whitewashed everything. You see, even those who were melanated went into the science, because we're scientists. See, so scientists and engineers, and they engineer themselves through the cloning process, right? Or what they call today stem cells, what they call yesterday eugenics, genetics, eugenics and genetics. Eugenics spelled with E-U-G, eugenics spelled with H-U-G. And you can Google that and see. And this was the processing of them. When I say them, those who say they white and this those who say they black. This is the cleansing, the white cleansing, which is called genetics, where they actually went under the knife, they actually went through testing, and those who did not come with a good mark was eliminated, or put into mental institutions, or put into experiments. Just as with the blacks, you have a cleansing for this particular game of white and black. You have black cleansing, and this is what you call your hate. This is called your dogs biting. This is what you call your oppression. This is what you call today people in jail. These are the things that's on this side. So as this side, Elohim, oh, we think of water, 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 or maya, or anything. The picture of what you're thinking, the sound of what you're saying is quite different. If you think water, you are water. You connect with water, and water respects itself. That's humans don't respect itself. Elohim are now being taught to respect yourself. If you know that you're special, that special is called Christos. That Christos is now called Christ. That Christ special is called Jesus. That Jesus is now called gases. And now I heal you. I heal each and every one of you. You are healed by that force and power of the Elohim. So wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, learn and teach. Wake up, 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 wake up. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. We got a brand new school. It's called NUSKQU. NUSKQU. You can Google it. You can laugh. And you have to realize that those who are still in a survival mode, those who still worship those who were in a survival mode, that they call themselves leaders, they have led you into a slaughter. And the next episode, we will talk about the many ways that we can pull ourselves up from our bootstraps, and the difference between sneakers and shoes, and the reason that we wore combat boots, and the reason why it was all done for the proper continuation as we begin to learn everything that we need to do. And I will still be reading that, the best reference that we have, and we will still figure out the best way to release those political prisoners and to start this world over again, because it was those from this side. So as you see this, you know what this is. You know what this is. So we're getting ready to go where we don't have to. We can. You know what this is. You know what this is. You know what they say. You know what they say. And they say from they say. But to get back, you had all president's men. You have Boule. They got a agreement, a charter, and now these people here, the black, is over. They're what they call the new kings in America. Okay? You know the fact, and you'll learn the fact about Morocco, the nation, Morocco, the kingdom, Morocco who helped establish America, Morocco, as far as the people that's called Moors, the true name was Amor or Amore. There's other definitions that they have. But what I'm here to give you is to give you the new school of where we go from here. Because if we keep messing with these people, we're gonna put them to the side over here. Both black and both white, you can have that. Because we are green, melanated people. We're dealing with more science, and we're dealing with more awareness. When those people from Clarence, 13X, big up to that whole movement. When those people, I refer to humans as people, okay? So when I say those people, don't get your feelings hurt. Use the intellectual statement and get the best out of what I'm saying. So when Clarence, for Clarence, which is clairvoyance, is the name itself tells you of the degree of that particular person. And as far as the character, and to bring this special entity or this special group of people that continue and will continue to find themselves and recreate themselves from that which they had, from that which was given to them by Minister Elijah Muhammad, right? Okay, that was given to him from W.D. Farad, right? That was given to Farad, but I don't know, okay? But the facts remain that it is said, it was 14 books, These books were the books that was hitting from the normal people in the progressing programming center called schools. The word school is shul, which is the underworld, and not giving that which was productive but counterproductive. So these facts, which they call actual facts, that was given and utilized and held on, and those that particular nation survived and is still surviving. And if you can, as a Elohim, you can give thought and direction towards that. And that's what we call love. Anytime you as an Elohim come off your deity status, you lower yourself. That particular low is the word love, as we talked about the B and the U. The pronunciation, they call it love. The realization is that you lower yourself from your esteem and give attention, you see, to that which summons you, or that which you think of, that particular thought. So the thought that I'm saying to you now is that there are people whose intentions were good. The programming was not the programming that will allow them to overturn the tricks and traps of the oppressor. So it was misinformation, which is also called propaganda. Then you have brothers who from Noble Ali, which taught a way of fighting legally through the court system. And that was the white and the black still playing games, because they had the most power and the blacks was just learning. So still today, that particular system is to be acknowledged. But like I said, this whole side, we're getting ready to come up with the Elohim Supreme Team elevation. And within that, I'm gonna let this go. This here was basically a new school. Those who follow, those who follow, those who followed. We are now disengaging from that, and you can have all of that. I will make reference to some of it. But basically, we're going forward. And I'm going to show you how and what riches are. True riches is what we call nature for now, and energy that you are. So a big up to all of y'all. Continue, get your ass at the end of the line. It's not funny. And those who didn't think I was going to make it, too damn bad. I did. I already finished this. I'm just going over doing the double stitch. Big shout out to Taliba and Karima and Malik, everybody. Peace.